Yeah, we were maybe running a little behind schedule, but these teams are keen to get in the server. GR working on that CT pistol, while Adam have a lot of space in through middle. Summer and Child King will at least spot some of that presence, mediocrity inside of that site, but Sal's trying to compensate.
Sal's found one, looking for a little bit more, and he will be able to collect, of course, a crucial piece of the GR side, the captain, but Wecht on the bomb side as well, one who is questioned very often, able to drop the bomb. Run-In himself will fall. Lihang and somebody in a position where they have to recover a reinforced bomb site and a bomb. Lihang, good for the one, but the swings from mediocrity planned out there late. And they have to be careful. There's still somebody to be careful of. Somebody starts to peek forward. He'll have to contend with Seven Nation on the other side, continuing to go for the jiggle. Turns around, goes for the wide swing. Mediocrity's back exposed, but not really giving up his head. Now he has even a stray shot as a follow-up. Lihang now realizing the opportunity lies in front of him. Time's running low. Another player down. Seven Nation all alone. And as he keeps on peeking forward, how have they given up this round?
Yeah, it didn't really feel like there should have been a way back in there for Rare Adam, but I mean, back exposed in mediocrity and, you know, I guess an inability to properly compensate on those angles. It did feel like this numbers advantage just should have been converted for GR, but this is also the caliber of players that Rare Adam bring to the table. It's also the kind of experience gap that you're maybe expecting a mistake from GR. You know, this being their first LAN with this team. Those are kind of the two that I guess are of relevance in sort of modern age Counter-Strike. And they've been able to find new players to add to their mix. Seven Nation is one of those players. Get something done with this Galil that was recovered in the previous round. He is on somewhat of an island. They've got mid-smokes down. They can actually cross and even split this A bomb site if Rare Adam were willing to take the risk. Run-In is trying to hold around the edge of it.
Sal in the meanwhile spots out the push coming through. The players are in position to rotate. Seven Nation finds a one, but Run-In is the trade. Child King position known, and he maintains his menacing aura around him. Child King has come into the RMRs ready to rumble. Of course, one of the hottest prospects in the Chinese region as far as rifling was concerned, but there were some question marks about whether he would be able to transition it into the top of Asia. So far, it feels like he is as comfortable as a fish in water.
Yeah, I mean, doing a great job so far. I mean, just hitting a lot of the important shots when these types of fights are being given over to them. And, you know, while they haven't been able to build up loads and loads of cash in these 3 rounds, yeah.
Summer. That's a Run-In. Barrel spotted out. It's a dead man. Summer has to do a double take, but he'll find a corpse there nonetheless. In the meanwhile, the response is clear. A push into A flashbang dodge, but somebody might not be ready for how close mediocrity is. But the Molotov will reveal. The Molotov will burn, and mediocrity down low. He can't do anything in this position anymore. At the same time, Rare Adam are split up across the map. If this 2-man setup in A can mow down 1 or 2 players quickly, things become very scary.
I mean, with all this interference being ran over on the B-bomb site, yeah, they're going to break down that A setup, and they've got 3 just holding outside of the A site here on the side of Rare Adam, ready to run through that smoke. Yeah, Seven Nation overwhelmed, and while mediocrity is near enough by to rotate in, him being on that low HP may not be conducive to a multi, but mediocrity delivers exceptional stuff. This A bomb site now somewhat under lock and key, even a player that can flank out from main, so they're gonna get sandwiched. And with only 15 seconds left, GR have read this well, but it had to start with that double kill there for mediocrity, and boy did he deliver. I think what's going to be interesting to see is, you know, GR often go for gambly rotates, you know, crazy mid-round decisions. Can they actually translate that now that they're on LAN and the pressure is higher? Because you're right, you know, these are the types of rounds that Rare Adam can sometimes steal away, and they're in a really precarious spot here. Inside of A main, they are sandwiched. They know that there is presence inside the site. The Molotov as well will burn them forward, and so they run right into the tech of Summer. All these players inside of the site, Seven Nation and mediocrity go 1 a pop, but they already do get traded. Salo from heaven as well, struggling to control his spray. And given that these players are segmented, there's an AWP in play here for Wecht as well. They need a pick to incentivize this retake, but Run-In, he gets that kill he needed. Down to 24 health. Wecht is still trapped outside of main. He's being ran down by somebody, and he will get overwhelmed. Nothing that Run-In can do aside from hoof it away from this A play, but Rare Atom break through on Tex. But it's hard to overstate that. Rare Atom are our favorites. GR need to be able to put their foot down and stop them on some front. Some are an entry over on that B bomb site, and they double up via Li Hang as well. Somebody playing around the edge of the smoke is so nefarious. He is playing like a man possessed. I mean, no fear whatsoever, and just keeping his wits about him. I think what's so interesting is that sometimes when we think about veteran level players, we think, oh, they're not going to take, they're going to be sort of risk averse. They're going to play a very structured game. They'll play very smart all the time. That's not to say that, being aggressive or pushing through smokes isn't smart. But, I think there are times where Rare Atom maybe spiral too much into these, high risk decision trees that you wouldn't expect from veterans, maybe.
Missing a shot as Wax now given another opportunity, but it's still Salo and Running to take over. Rare Atom, who have tried to threaten this B bomb site in a similar fashion, will still succeed in penetrating it, but the flashbang responds. Salo Mox picking up the AWP. It's too late to do so, and Kaze is left in a 1v1. Seven Nation sometimes put the microscope on the A site. Now it's his time on B, and he's got the timing. He's got the round. GR with number 2.
Don't think they're going to have their confidence knocked too heavy.
There's not been too much mid-focus outside of that one force fire round. Wecht will be able to take advantage of that fact. Some are found on the lurk, and immediately you see Wecht rotating backwards. All he has to do is make sure that they can't be a flank through from middle. In the meanwhile, the A-site players are once again called to order. Seven Nation, incendiary in his hand, waiting for the push to come out, but will it be too late? He's waiting for a flashbang. He's waiting for Rare Atom to betray their intentions, but somebody is just pushing forward. He'll be able to move past it. Straight into their heads with Li Hang he goes.
They got that precursor. They heard the flash. They got that Molotov out, but they're just able to run right past it. There's a lot of damage done to those Rare Atom members.
And when I'm watching TALON, I thought, oh, TALON might be shocked by something like this, but GR themselves show that, that contact style of play that a lot of these Chinese teams historically, and funnily enough, even the Mongols like to run at times, can be very deadly. Salo Mux takes a lot of damage to rotate back to the A site. They've decided to go back to a 202 setup. Lots of util for GR Gaming, but for Rare Atom, they are comfortable. Just have to be careful not to go down. Wecht spots out somebody. Crucial shot to bring it back to a 4-on-4. GR's consistently had this protocol to try and just reinforce A main instead of going back and trying to play defensively. And look, this time it'll work for them. They'll get the information that there's no one outside, but does that just make them think it's a B hit? There's 4 players coming in, sneaking through. The snake is going to A, and now with the mid to B smoked off, you see Child King pushing forward. Flashbang, Molotov, it's all there, and Kaze doesn't need any of it. Now Salo Mux forced away as well. The bomb will go down. Kaze remollying off A main. It all comes down to Wecht, and he's facing to one too many players. At least Salo gets response with a grenade, but as he swings forward, Child King will undo him. And that unraveling will not be just of Salo Mux, the captain, it's of his team as well. Rare Atom to be on 8 unless Runnin has something to say about it.
Nah, I mean, he's not going for this. At the moment, it's not led to the best of results.
Seven Nation around the corner. Somebody taken down by Wecht. There's that AWP cover that they needed before, and now Seven Nation looks to recede backwards. They don't want to overcommit, but maybe that's what they need to do. GR, at this point, these 2 rounds are a must-win. If you don't get 4 on the CT side, it's probably too little too late. Meanwhile, though, the call is reaggression. This might be the wrong move to make. Runnin doubled up inside Dark, will be pushing forward. The first duel comes in, Runnin's won it, but Salo nearby needs to follow up with a double, and he will! Some are left alone, and GR given a ray of hope.
I mean, a massive double kill there from Salo, but being doubled inside of Dark like that, so quick as well. Not actually challenging too heavily either. I mean, they're very light on util, so, I mean, they've got a couple of techs, some rifles, but they didn't make use of what little they have. A flash and a smoke. on a couple of members. That's a nice kill there from Lihang. Just full drive-by on the Tech 9, and that's a weapon that can be recovered as well.
They decide not to. They're prioritizing speed as they start to go back to B. The full shift walk forward, and they're hoping that GR is going to go back and re-examine middle, but GR's on the opposite of that. They're looking for the lurk. They're looking for the ISO fight versus the Tech 9, but it's a hard one to win. Salo takes it regardless, repositions back to B. He knows it, pushed through smoke before. Running is aware. He's got two, and Salo puts him down. GR find bare minimum.
Gonna take the risk that no one has cheated past on that timing. GR is still waiting, and somebody's gotten aggressive all the meanwhile. Flanking out Wecht topside middle, and now Summer is very well prepared. Some lovely shooting as well. They've had a slow start on that T side, but here on CT, ripping heads and running. May be able to get one, but that's about as much as they can.
And he is tearing it up on the server right now. Still for Adam, this could be a very successful start to their RMR journey. Salomux taken down with a double swing out from Kaze, and this force spy is already being contested heavily early on. Child King brought down low, but given space to recede. And as he does do so, this B bomb site can also be reinforced by potentially 4 players. Child King decides to go back to A, but there's still a world where GR can creep through and make this deadly on B. Lihang's gone. That's piece number 1 falling down. In the meanwhile, somebody called to order. 14 and 7 is now down. 7 Nations Mach 10 from mid-air will take him apart. And with this, 2-on-3 bomb can be planted. Flashes to fly through. Kaze is scared. Child King is scared. Summer is scared. They don't have HP.
Yeah, especially because they know there's a Deagle in play. I mean, a Mach 10 as well. They could just finish off the job if they commit to a nice solid wide swing and just control that SMG. Wecht gets info on 2. The flash as well, facilitating and knowing that there's at least a couple players that direction. That's this is the worry that they had coming into this retake. They know that stray bullets can be the kicker, but even with that in mind, Kaze just having enough health to trade.
It's not a bad buy. They almost made it with less in the previous round, so maybe this is still going to be the call. It's a change up, it's fast, it's speedy, it's accompanied with flashes and utility, and it's somewhere to receive, and he's received it well. The 1 kill is all you could ask for. The incendiary to interrupt their ascent up to the site, and Child King will give them an ascent to heaven. But it's not the heaven they were hoping for. Only 2 left, GR. Wecht in mediocrity. Looking to try and save the day, and shaky aim from somebody will give him an early grave. Mediocrity forced away by the Molotov, and they will be able to reset, but the bomb, is it on the ground? Yes, it is. Too far off, and Rare Adam will only have to try and cordon them away from it. Kaze repositions backwards, just making sure that he can pick up that smoke and redeploy it. Continuing forward, spots out the high-low setup, and now they've got to figure out how to unravel it. Child King was already low. He's happy playing it incredibly defensively, almost kill number 3, and that's where his teammates have to pick up his slack. But as Wecht starts to move back, Lihang and Kaze will be able to continue to swing again. It's rounds where Rare Atom might show moments of weakness, but individual brilliance still shines through.
Just nice, smooth communication. They didn't overstep. They knew that GR were desperate. Now Lihang just being assertive. A double swing out from dark. Ooh, and just being very confident about it.
Fair enough. Don't answer my rhetorical questions.
You know, modesty, I think he likes it, you know. But...
Okay, but you know what? Maybe Child King wants to stick to the M4. At least we can agree on something. My Child King also wants to be disagreeable. He's found a headshot. Following up for more. He is here to party. Only mediocrity left. It's tough days ahead of him. Frankly, tough days behind him as well.
Where Adam have that in spades. They've played a pretty concise game. Set intentions, and they've been very clear about what they want to do. And this time it's somebody that just wants to take fights. And he'll succeed on his first. Kaze does trade out the second. But they're not feeling too perturbed. Maybe they'll be a little perturbed now. Now they're down to 11 HP. Yeah, the smoke fading in front of Lihang's face. Kaze trying to commit to the reface, and he does. On his 11 health, he went for the trade, and he succeeds. It's only running that remains. 40 seconds with bomb on back and a 1 versus 3 ahead of him. There is a clear path that he can take towards that A bomb site that we can see, but can he forecast how Rare Adam have played this? They're all clustered together. They're playing numbers.
Kaze's going for the jiggle as well, and he's been spotted out. He didn't have HP to start with. Runnen's heading back to the B bomb site, though. Chalking's gonna know. Smoke's been deployed, so Runnen now feels like he has to pursue it. He doesn't really have a choice about this one. Chalking's gonna be getting the easiest kill of his life, and there you go, 13 for Rare Adam. They're gonna be going forward and be our third semifinalist.